This is Boadu TV. Truth and integrity.
Abusia tiawa Agradaa asem no say yate ne age na years na also di wo prison no yate 15 to 1 year. Otu Darko se Ghana pa na sa judge no oso be nya yakoba chura koma Chief Justice pa ni nyini fi ho obi diboni anti ni ejele no 15 years o ti so amana wo man 1 year na chese o pa chese Agradaa enye hwe chese 1 year no the next 3-4 months na mo begin was say amana is suspicious too much. Amana is suspicious no biazo ntimi ka je ne se manenka ajeje fon wasa and obi akure no obitima kaza semacha no wonte ase na Zambia for no sa fugu issue no Otu Darko walete bi de mo de ombeti
I don't know I'm saying judge Zambia ntimi kan so ntimi ka president I don't know mental show kwame no no ye den no president no ya to aba Ghana nyina to aba ma no yetimi kana say message judge de yetimi kana say me enka judge asem say is the judge above the laws of Ghana say hwe you be kawasam you be ka obi asem okroma even if you are the chief justice you be kawasam ade a minim ne say utimi nyi aduane ni free judge ani abra won mo aduane no it is assembly gusuna or ka ho asem a eno na bia untimi nka ya kan wie de be ka bi Agradaa ya charge no na second court the charge no ya de ya se bibi kwame fa say charlatanic brofo ka se bi ne de board ana fain so defrauding by false pretense say wa fraud on crofo enti court no kwa asetena no ana e ma Agradaa 15 years. Very well. There were some people who thought say it's in the right direction because adia ba kunti aye mra no ne say ebesi afoforo kwan na emma bone enyo makono brony friend deterrence eti if you the sentence and bo bit Agradaa na am 15 years so bit fear no person nsu ko bu obi faso a o 15 years na na ye ma hye no o se ne man kwankwa ebi me ba to ne ameka no tiase eti emrem ne ye fra bibi the deterrence theory kwa me so bi kwa ebone a otimi susu hum se fo ya me kofai ya be ma me bia 5 count to be a 1 year eti ya ma me 5 count na is 5 years fo yin so boy e bia 1000 cedis ene phone me kofa bi but only pa ko hunu say fo ya me kofai 1000 cedis there but the me court 1 count court no so be fine me e bia say 200 cedis by the principles of deterrence theory. Well, yes, our rationalization politics ni we and mathematics ni we are. Obako we are for no because after all, say a chino, our court to honor more. 1 count, and then also 200 cedis. 80 or not the 200 cedis back to our court war. Because after all, or 200 cedis ni free phone ni price more. 1,000 Obenyam faso 800 cedis. And that is why laws, sentences are meted out to miscreants. And there were people who said Agradaa case no na ankenwano no 15 years in the ankenwano no se ne be ya afoforo so be sua de afrim Ghana hayati yenim ni Agradaa de ne TV aye Ghana hayati Agradaa was your crass was such a cry in your dinner sorry them on way. And Ghana Nasabi, with all due respect to the Christendom. Any mpanyinfo okrom ha ase ye yenhwe han obi ti aso dem ho Jimmy yenim se wo Jimmy yenim se kwan wei obu omanfo efa so ne yete ho ne ye din nipa ne Jimmy but we are quiet. But go to Rwanda nkwasiafo anya sori okrom ho go to Rwanda and see a Jimmy for omu nyina popetachi Paul Kagame ba no he rationalized asori ye in Rwanda. Rwanda, but come to my country. Sorry, because everybody is quiet. Is this a country or a look, we have men of God that are genuine. Mami can you Nagana the Chenya when you to that was a so for Jimmy for me, patrol to me Casada and Parame. Kamini yes when ya. But no currently say, who hear radio need I beg your pardon, who's your radio, now hear TV, social media, a Jimmy for baby, sorry. Ano mu bu Jimmy for so faso. And yen nyina ye hunu bi okroma. Obian so nka hwe. Ye twam ye bu nkrofo faso ansana, ya dwene se mra bi ye adwuma. And that is why I think people like Agradaa were giving that sentence. The other people so kwame, they believe say as a harsh kakra. That's what some other people also think. Eti anka yente so. Now even though say idea why here sebi wa fom no yete so a eno nso betimi aboa anye bia se akra wa sachera wahu yo enti ye beto so yente so ane o mutabiri asem ne kwa masama high court judge na otena asem so ma mencha na wie na men kan say he is not bigger than the justice system of our country me kind pa na men kai judge se okroma se o muntimi hunahuna mabunu eba omu hunahuna ne wotera ye benya power ye be hunahuna that time no mu do mpemu ayemre because said that she contempt of court as here to mellow people the ultimate judge asem you can president asem what are you talking about? Please make me trama dwene our judgment so judgment ya fo a make me trama dwene wo ho because me taxes ne di twa oka look what kind constitution of Ghana kwame okay article 1+1 was it to media ye di bu o man na wo man for nchen enya president imbo na mum mekan wo nyansam na makan wo dom na judge na nka se bedi na tem 15 years straight to 1 year 15 years of judgment straight to 1 year. Na sa me mabu nkrofo afaso na me ma me 1 year. Ene se mabu nkrofo afaso. Why is the deterrence principle? Sa me fa kwan bodo so na me hwe nkrofo sika. Na ma me 1 year. Me ne meye because 1 year na beba isisi a. In fact, yes prison crowd 1 year no say 10 months to say bibiza. Na mo say what obu sika o say den whatever ne tenti ne tie tie nyina ne say Agradaa fa kwan bo ne so abu nkrofo afaso nempo sanke ya beti the judgment so for 15 years aka media min susu ye mu no sabi say 5 years in bank obi anka hwe na 1 year na chere say ade na Agradaa ye no when the money be out. And Kwame, I am encouraging the judge to reflect on some of the things they have done in this country. Those times, untimi ko report case when yasa utum enkosi babia police for nya yatom e when yasa utum. Bia President Mahama Baya new IGP abai na to be refined. Untimi ko report because na yes maame na ot area ho. So ko report Agradaa case when yasa utum a foolish case. Police ni biani obet ya top police for nyina wanya so utu Saturday I'm fishing one Agradaa somewhere about fishing one. What kind of nonsense is that? Now we are okay because so be a judge okoka that be 15 years to 1 year. You so Otu Darko should keep quiet because obesro contempt of court na then. What are you talking about? Unim kwasiafua say ayaba be grow in this country. Unim frostesa say ayaba be grow in this country. Because after all, se me buku ame kwache faso a On become rough kese be say charlatanic bibi. But manyana 1 year. 1 year so be 9 months. And I am even learning, Kwame. Say Agradaa kura the kind as serve bidi dawo. Say okomu July another ben. Okomu August. July. I think it is just Agradaa and I can't 5 months no appeal. That's what it means. Because it may take effect from time of survey. And yes, that'll be double jeopardy, and that's illegal in law. And look, minta Agradaa. No. The patrol. Being Jima no sibone. And a judge could not or make the judgment maintain because all call the school name in the hall. Name in my opinion, I think the judge could have done better, in my opinion. I just a judge they catch them say mean to me criticizing no. I don't know want to me cast as an them say mean to me criticizing no. It is a sad paradox for the justice system of our country. And people that this one can't come Kruma. How? Would the man 5 years be here? 15 years 5. 15 years to 1 year. And you better come on when you know contempt not yen. So wait another contempt bar. You better can na, you better can chna, you better not chnechi. We will not allow anybody to cow us into submission for speaking the truth. I am the voice for the voiceless. No, me there. Kwame me who dreaming. Me who dreaming. Hey, in fact, Class FM Online for my young mama baso, the job these guys are doing is so great. Omena me who ye. Class FM Online for them be who ye. Ti me who ye no me say ade so Class Media for yi. A bad thing for be twanto. But even though me who Class Media no, and I'm saying, and I'm confirming I'm saying Class Media imu kura mpo na nkrofo fa news free. Ti wo confirm me kura be say ya outsource news ya fa free honum kura danti. Na me me ne kwa me din komo kwa me say no kuro na sa kwa me de ono news bi organa bia onimu anaje say mai. O say no kura na ma me no we me kai kwa me obi badwin say me tan Agradaa me tan age den ma me no kura me nhia ne da. Me in time obi a but the person mind to ase ne say ye rane wo mind sa. When omen ye many da ho too much it becomes the obvious. Well, when you give certain judgment, not judgment no be too clear. Omen crofo kra dwene say judge ya bribe and so bia na bribe. Why mo na make am? Omen obi kra atre chaka say ade bribe we judge waje buamu ade ana. Baby ana judge so on tisa. But some of the judgments, you know, when and Kwame William say Agradaa so follow most of the time no say or call for judgment no akata nanim ebi wonu no dey say dey white na akata nanim me ba cho me be ma 2 videos Kwame mama me the first video no Agradaa tai kata nanim no na ye wi amasem the latest video Agradaa call for this very judgment obi nanim ada no nim say Agradaa na odi newsmas ashe so hu no papa we ni kuna na ya
Debi say we ni lawyers na nikunu ye nikunu
no spectacle na make
yeah nikunu
a nice guy
yeah nikunu
eti we nikunu
nikunu yeah
but who say Kwame every time bia ma me na katene
anytime bia Agradaa be call court bia
me ba to bra Facebook na be he dia to
for the cases who say enye senior yenche no so say enye case we nko ape na all court
there be so many other cases
all cases be free so what I say
yeah
enye case we nko a into tako court pa na anytime do be court bia senior or the bibi kata ni so the question people are raising
yes
on social media enye na ye bisa
yeah
on social media the questions people are raising say anytime be Agradaa be court bia no the bibi kata ni na this time senior all kono opie buy no and we don't know the reasons are or court bia or the bibi kata ni
okay
people are saying say the about for can I see na ye ka okuma People check and find new name to so answer. Now
Menfa new name akwajo.
Anytime because people are raising say it could be say ne nim no on say omo senior omo pom ho no. Wo na so ben ne omo nim ai tuntum kakra. So tia say.
But don't put the san can no problem.
Yeah, but so the rationale behind see that no the rationale behind where are or the kata the nim say bibi tuntum ne nyame bi ne ferre bi no. So tia say. Aya on pesa amafo bi hu
the real face
because sometimes e bi wo kra na penoma me e bi wo say ne sa ha nyina black so on make sure kata ne sa nyina so come
tell me any personal issues.
yes because
e bi susu say
prison no utimi nya makeup
there are some people and no I mean Jimmy susu say enya Agradaa na ye kokot no ma me man papaya odia but say Agradaa was not in prison o nana. The person whom they always bring to court by covering her face is not Agradaa. Fear politicians. This shows that Ken Oforiatta won't me and other MPP criminals will go free. I doubt.
It's not true.
I doubt.
Because I want to remember this guy, prison issue. See.
Yeah.
Or the people too just say Agradaa aid need prison quickly. The prison. Where prison service for no issue said no, it's not true. Agradaa was prison.
No video I'm sure Agradaa.
No, but say obu prison.
But say it's not enough to say it's not true.
But no so kasa Agradaa in prison or the video by out. No. You can tell me that.
We need to hand on Agradaa. Obi ko tra parliament so Agradaa.
So I don't know what but you can't tell me say prison service for release say Agradaa ewo omunche no. Dear Apade Casagrade you can't tell me that. I believe the prison service for.
No, it's not about believing
prison
service for.
But
Nyame can say prison service for car say was there any video evidence to that?
Because in a and I'll be surprised and this one I'll call for investigation if Sekona na yede Agradaa konenyo no ebe mo pa. So what I say and I will not know why the prison service have to do that. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they have intel say ordinary kwa obibe plan and obibe bibi. I don't know about that one. So see that yanko.
But before I back there's one person be a question. Me person me ya dey. But me lack direction kakra.
Okay.
Judge na or my judgement no. So me person investigating one me dey be even.
Oh sir, straight ahead obey a petition yama Chief Justice.
Justice.
Yeah.
On this very judgment.
Yes, on this very or better still
on this very judgment.
But I don't know say only part of the case only part of the case if
case in the except for now near the
say you
are making the judgment.
Yeah, say only part of the case.
Where so ordinary citizen. I feel say
yes.
You are saying you begu your justice system anymore.
People also think say 15 years now you're the man. It was too hard.
So I may agree with those
people. 15 years
but
was too hard.
If it was reviewed and they gave Agradaa 5 years, I'll not talk. But how can you jump
from 15 to 1 Federal.
And I must mean the road to Virginia.
Yes, I think so. No. Say we no naka Dr. Desmana wa on a yellow.
No me church.
Yes, on a yellow.
Come here for lawyer.
Yes. Oh yes. You have a real lawyer.
I have a lawyer.
You have a real lawyer on it. But senior, or kokota ye issue be. Okata nim MOB this time the question is no nim say what people are raising
also raising be
yes I hear the teacher
what people they are all crack
no
what cause people are raising
no senior
yes
what people are raising
yes
I do too
yes me cry na mechanic na people are raising
oh that one for Ghana yeka say
we here near bio
oh yeah nana did Agradaa no nim say
a question I
yes the amafo bisa
no be okata nanim but that day no nya 1 year no dey wan kata
na amafo nim say na Agradaa nim say one
yes
ye be free no and na be man 1 year was she aware
Better than why aware. She can only be aware on one condition.
Because what the amount for Bisan say, this time court no free buy.
Okay, I'm a Saman court.
No.
Me answer be the
Not nim yeah like come.
No, I make up.
Yes.
Wow.
You nim baby on your makeup.
Yeah, you saw no.
Because you can't tell me say. You can't tell me say the nim here and the other court no.
Yes,
and the nim sir no. I don't believe that.
From personal experience, you are saying Agradaa and anyone sir.
Oh, now say you know Agradaa.
I don't know her.
You know her.
Nabi.
Sina, you know her.
The case is na neighbor.
Yes. So you know her. You have dealt with her before.
No, I've not dealt with her before.
So Sina, you the current one.
Okay, me to my new video no.
Na ahwefo.
Emehe.
Etiefo mu tia, mo be share on Facebook.
Mo make a new video no.
Na mo hwe say Nenim fefe because this time nenim fefe pa.
Oh, Agradaa ho feel.
Oh, Agradaa ho fefe.
Agradaa is a beautiful man. Don't take it away from her.
Oh, yes,
it's nice.
But this time I increase.
Where new video no.
See that?
When you make up way.
When you can't tell me say nenim sa.
I know we should do yin anymore. I don't know. Hey, radin ya.
See that we omo enta court ho.
Well, I feel no move record to no.
Omo record ho.
Pa amasama say bia no minim bia no bia is won minim bia no amasama nko
see na omo enta court so
I no zoom no ya be analyze anim no
yes
hanu na ko pose be boy
no zoom kaka zoom kaka
onya no better
yes
ampa na anima is smooth
we anya pons
pons.
So, you are married. You are a married man.
I don't say na me. O say nya pons no ato aso. Say connection ko ma do.
No, step no Sina inkuma manenya kese kakra.
Fa na nim no mo bra.
So truly na Agradaa nim say either say you be jana de be ma 1 year.
But Kwame, it will be difficult say. Obi am of 15 years.
So see don't nim say
now we are call higher court. Now would you say you be jaw and remember lower sentence like one. Ebia when you be about 20 bit match him into 15 years, maybe a bit more better than say 7 years.
And you see now him say I can't 5 months.
Is I can't grad 5 months.
And now him say your man no you born a car of 2,400.
2,400 cities.
2,400. Oh yeah.
2,400 cities.
2,400 yeah.
Yes, in Agradaa ye nyina won't 2,400.
2,400.
24 million tetisika no
24 million and then na no to bet me two and then na no to bet me 2,400 ato
oka ho na empanyufo no refi me no
and my
and some na akeka on radio so ntino am dwen say metiye
senior
so yesterday that multi radio so say 500 million shebe ho na bed na panyin bia afra me aboa me no and some bo ma so o kan dia groba o ha me catch no jasa ne ma no kwado uni ana da no 50,000 shebe ho wo be ma akronfo bu mi free o munya hwenso ana akronfo so obu no ama na hwe ne o ne obepraw oh kwa me jai sa de na
sina let's put on record say utu win 2,400 enyo hwe o de call lunch o de kodidi so ti ase eno hu
nipa wa na adwene
sina
wo be chia
jet ni da to Agradaa so na Agradaa ntua
2,400
2,400 Otu Darko.
Please help me. I want the judge to be investigated. And
say no.
I'll do a petition.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Chief Justice. Yeah.
Minimum rem. It means the judge has erred.
Yes.
Because minimum rem.
Yes.
Ebia, he did what was right in the face of the law.
Yes. Maybe now constitution.
Chief Justice. Say.
Maybe now constitution will say.
Yes.
Ubu aman for faso.
Defrauding by false pretense.
Yes.
And
now
charlatanic noa.
Yeah.
If it's mama 2,400. Near my 1 year. Now Kwame and Crawford Ebun Crawford faso in the same light. Ya do mo call court no mo so yam 2,400
Ebo no wa I can say Obia met
okay say no so say wadada ifu.
Yes. So order so court.
But Kwame no krampo they are slightly different.
Yes. No. Say
Kwame anka mo suggestion bi.
Say no. Ombu obi anfa so.
No suggestion bi say anka enkrofo a omo set cases no. Omo form asem enko the same court.
Yeah. Amasaman court.
na ye hesa judge no be mom 1 year 2,400 o here ni asema ya okroma o here for a good prison because of any mom ye less than Agradaa e bi mu serve 20 years because of here ni. How can you tell me that I don't need to be a lawyer but I have common sense? Say judge ba kunu de no wa Jimmy to my 15 years. Judge where you know nim nyansa ntia ba 1 year. What are you telling me? Hey, so what you are there so kura by and half and now 5 years kura mpo a. Eh bia reasonably commonsensically if we can reason with but 15 years to 1 year. Kwame, I suggest to say every person okura Agradaa case ni bi te say omo ye charge satanic ne false pretense no hwan no omo lawyers and review cases ni nyina na omo so omo beji the same position yes yes wo. And yes sir, the law has not been fair to certain people who are serving jail terms in prisons.
I serious Nana. I serious pa. So and I think say our court system no and share how they do their
why
things.
You do that? Because you let people lose confidence in the court system.
So just here,
because they say encrophobia brainer yebuoma, and you see Agradaa na you won't hear because in law you can't do you see the double jeopardy. Won't me many pounds suffer twice for the same offense.
Oh no, say your man 15, and I say yati there about 1.
No, what the you can say? The judge in the person say the other judge erred. So it should have been say 1 year and 2,400 cedis. I don't know when 15. And because this is a higher court of judicature, then they understand it. So it's when they had the right judgment according to the judge.
Course, anyway, no, so no, started 3rd July.
Yes, into a kind of 5 months.
Yes,
into Agradaa bu ama fasu biya na Agradaa fan ho.
But unim say no, unim say Agradaa any case in Ghana.
Oh, I'm talking.
Or other cases be so
in respect with this case.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So
let's see now again. Let's watch closely with other cases now. Other cases now all court no. And let's see how and also be.
Okay, Raymond Goodwill try a dear kakra kwame say ebiana ye abomo. I say now did the judge did the judge took into consideration the effect of the actions and inactions of Agradaa on her victims. I'm totally disappointed in the ruling for Agradaa. This is unacceptable. This is the second time we haven't this kind of ruling from the courts under this new Chief Justice. This ruling must be investigated. Oh no, I'll write a petition. My entire Agradaa, but as a citizen of the land, certain judgment be one more, and may lose confidence in the court and judicial process. Our judicial jurisprudence must be protected.
Yeah.
Me a lawyer, and I don't need to be a lawyer and sign my journey. No common sense. Sure. In that case, no go on fast. So Agradaa every 5 months in Vienna or Babontia. Send Crawford near Yomden. It's a hour from where. Anyways. My way. You won't pay. My hammer yarn a bit my knee because. Come on, making messages crap. Maybe what people also feel about the maybe I also feel about the situation. If I brought Facebook, maybe kinka messages not main count the encounter. Dramani Kasidu. This judge will go through whatever people has gone through. Dramani, bring this thing again. Mintiasia Mpacho. Mintiasia. Okay. Solomon Kwame. I say, how can we trust the court system? Okay. Raymond Gudu, my Canadian. Papaya, I say, they hide Agradaa in one of the big businessman house. Hey. Between Suhum and Chebi. Hey, case where there, menka hu, nyam na meka hu, nyam station eka hu, papaya na eka na me read you, misremo. Or say they hide Agradaa in one of the big businessman house between Suhum and Chebi, Achem Enyinem. I'm waiting for her to be released and start posting the videos of where she was hidden. Hey! Papaya, are you serious? Papaya, person what say? All the Agradaa could see between Suhum and Chebi. Now I don't know or chance say you be Agradaa na fe videos no wono wa hyase ashu wo videos bi bra kra fam na ma me mensanka party ma me say ma me fa mensanka na me kra me fa nka me petition ho Dramani, I said, please, we shouldn't joke in this country. The chief of all judges should come in. This judgment is something else. And I must have call law school to me can't quite hey, the Lamont, I say, Prophet Nigel said that Agradaa will be free this year. Oh, sir. Very well. Princess Ajay, I say she will use this as a testimony to scam more people. That be now, hey, Obi a scam will be no man why you say, no, sir. I feel I'm the best scamming more. Solomon Kwame, I said the judge needs to be investigated. We say, can we trust our judges and the court, our judges? This means we want to make and work free. Yes. We want to be a better man 6 months. Yeah, money judgment and the man 6 months they were sentenced, But you see, this country, let me say this. The youth of Ghana, listen. Don't worry. Don't worry. A time is coming when some of you, some of us shall be in charge of the hems of affairs. And we are promising the oldest who are swimming constantly in the pool of corruption, greed and wickedness, that maybe they can go scot-free now because their friends are in government or their friends are in opposition. But the kind of youth that will rise, we will not care the party you belong. And ladies and gentlemen, we are promising them, say Oma Wumpa, ye be tu omufunu. Look, me say can't say when you know. And we will not care if over the 90 years or 100 years, we will line them before the laws. Now, we will beat them in the afternoon. Because the way we run our country is as if, say, there is no conscience. It's as if, say, we do not have any modicum of passion. And it's so painful. Well, here in the yes, it's done 20 years. Scanning via mine millions of dollars. Yet you find macrum hampo. And you call this a justice system? Comedians. Can we run a country like that? Nilante, at least about time we should name and shame judges who fail to live up to expectations. The judiciary is our last hope. Albert K. Okaino said, now, Desmond Dow, I know too. Can this judgment be appealed? Me there been appeal krabra. The judge must be investigated. That's what I stand for. Humble I also to the one who brought the first law school. Which law school had he attended? Fantastic. Even the common laws were funded from common sense. Should I mention say the first when you're lawyer and to mean law. Hey. The doctor ni na madubonia. What's a man come medicine school to mean to make us a doctor na maduboni? No kumubie. What kind of analogy or logic is that? Very well. Maybe the lawyer. So I will not say the judge head. Because meaning the basis which not so to dish out that kind of judgment. But in my opinion, if you say I should criticize the judge based on humanitarian grounds, and the effects of his actions, I would say it is shameful. That is will be opinionated, and that is my opinion. That's my opinion. Further, I say President Mahama and NDC government must watch this current Chief Justice. So, anyways, I don't think it has anything to do with the Chief Justice. Say, Anna, you appeal to the Chief Justice, then he comes in. Because I'm not sure, say, the Chief Justice, the better High Court judge, the kind of judgment or verdict he should give. So, bro, I think this one, the Chief Justice, now, Wilson Ferguson, I'll see you, Phil. New love. Thank you, big bro. Charlie Kwame.
Senior.
I'm sad. No,
but Udim say, let's also put it on record. Because for Bibi, I appeal. Ubu wa yamano 20 years. Ya jailing no. I appeal. Appeal ben 19 mwa. Ubu wa 90 appeal mo almost 10 years.
Yenti no.
final judgment and say that dismiss appeal.
That is the uncle them.
Yes. Kofo, thousands of people.
And most, some of them are innocent.
Yes, yes. People are more prisons. I appeal be free. Appeal no. Oben nanti appeal 5 years, 10 years. 15 years. Na final judgment be ba no. Say appeal.
The tram kura.
Nsako serve biu.
No. So council ya appeal obviously start all over.
Obviously starting. Now mind you, lawyer offer normal with you with now case almost 5 years, 10 years. Every month we amko bia and 3 months then they bia no with ya.
Legal fees.
Yes. So
but can you imagine say you see what rape will be. You see what could nipa. And you see we are there but no kurimu already penny nim sanya no kure. Maybe ya amount 20 years now go so serve or say in sa wom. Na enya no kure kwam. Na o pese ye more opportunity through appeal. Na kwame. Yintie wasem kura. Ebe wiase na yasia cancel and now you strike out the appeal.
Yeah.
Now we'll serve 20 years for a crime you know nothing about.
Serious.
We have people like Agradaa, and please, I'm speaking to the matter and not to her persona. We have people like Agradaa. Meaning say sanku wendi bonia. Minya show sanka judge no kwame man one day. Kobeka so nkufi. The fact say one man is sentenced ni be no 2,400 no is indicative enough. Say wa agree say wa ye 1 or 2 na sa ade kodo no ye no bebre aye the same thing kwan.
Yeah.
Bebre aye the same thing and they are suffering.
Yeah. Sina. So let's see how it will go.
Go ahead.
Oh no, from next week or no. You be a petition, you know.
You be a petition, you know.
Yeah.
You from Chief Justice.
Yes, yeah.
We want, and please, what's the name of the judge? Kwadwo Nkrumah. Judge need to say.
Penny ni my na. Yeah.
Amas the otra masa man case no so.
Sina. Mama yakọ we ana. We Ablikmanov.
Na say Ablikmanov, but nka mema me 1 minute bia. Kwa me nema bi koso a mani nje ho.
Okay. Enyama bensa.
Look at how President Mahama what here has shooting painting kwa. Ebuase Ghana be fra dontodim no de asi amamuma pomia. For kwanya President Mahama ebuase Ghana na ni swadi hunu bebam. Fe wura ato forcing and she papa wodi gu akwanso. Kwa me ne policy rate abafom. It means say 15% no. Ebe affected the can say the interest rate into kwaje besian banker and bebafom. Kwame, we no free on the more. Inflation in 2022.
Yeah.
Na equal to 54%.
Yes.
Kwame, me no can say inflation about 3.8%. Kwame, we no free on the more. Fuel. Na ne bo ding and the fuel abafom. It is a obi no filling half tank and no filling full tank.
Yes.
Kwame, a brand near turn say 1,002. And no craft 450 could have been. Kwame, oil. Ku 4 gallon.
Yes.
I didn't know wachi. Oil are not your turn say 1,002.
Yes.
Kwame no craft 500 Ghana ubenya bi.
It's true.
And more Kwame near turn 700 Ghana cedis. And that baby will honor more above from any other. This are a lot of things that president do egua.
Yes.
Unfortunately, you need concrophobia so. And government needs what you maso. But the government not juna maswa. And found in the part government nebe or man phone because a binding because it does not reflect.
Yes.
I didn't think a broke wire phone so document 7 cities. And unipa dome todokun and numeribia. And the government must be concerned.
Yeah, but Sina document be a 5 and be a 7.
Now kwame a bro ya bafo minka document 2 cities and I. And I 2 rooms ma confirm do.
Oh,
the document should be 3 cities now because now they are not on 1,002 and 1,000 and about 400. It document should be 3 Ghana 4 Ghana. Kwame na make out say
pam yeah. What you say?
And then what way ya obeka say 15 cities going. Eso amu abafom.
Emu abafom.
Say all you na beka say all you board ya all you no so abafom. Say jene na beka abafom. Even gas I dey know abafom. Ti DNT ana wache no untimi nton from 7 cities. And government must pay. See some of these petty things no ma buy na say inflation 3.8. Say nipa no koto doko no turn 7 cities are inflation no hu ye.
Yes, nya ehun impact.
Enu una ka una jeje tisi abonten bon krofo okroma no men ka se yanko bon krofo but I am suggesting say there should be a task force of a sort na ehu emra system room because as we are speaking bebremu abai no
sina akwese
is too lenient
sina akwese nan saying transporter now most of the drivers no omo are increasing omo fare no task force national security task force maybe chichi omo assembly no, yes assembly no so no circle crowd no match oh yeah of course and now omo fashion so the task force no e dey hu bi abre
good
drivers no
good
you can't charge so obi free mechanic circle ko kaswa now we in 25 we in because nipa pe car afọ trebuti
na transport minister no kre be blame no
yes
so se 500 cars ba why you want kwakra sa make some of these things twen ma make am adwene kan ko hanu I ziti kwame this year you be reshuffle you dey hands up president Mahama be because obi bia wo mo no ho modin wo Mahama ba mu bia oba ko trafi na wo mprofo asala ya more transport minister you must act it now can I say I don't see empower Chawansa look at how people are suffering in town yeah kasa we na dey no buy it yeah kasa we na dey no buy it but unim hwe kura no unim say ya tete fuel so and people are not it's not na mo te ho yede da me be kan na sem na madam fu brebro bia frɛ no se ni nua no ana me twa so ba me kwada gye ne ho no masa
sina ucha so ide
se me twa so
say
satan se me di obu ma no na nya na me kan
okay
se me twa so
enti de wo ka no ne kwan so no eburo bo akofom anwa na enwo ne nyamasa nyama ne nyina akofom now the story here is say akofom a dokno bo dokno bo akofom wache bo wache bo ekofom sina so nim say yen unim say Saturdays bia ekodi antimuni so dia say inti yen wache bo wache no omonte so so dia say
kwame there are exceptional cases
yes
okay send your baby obi nwin say you ignorant inti yemfa no so ntuja we are not saying say ton wache 7 cedi yenton is mamini 10 we are not saying say ton wache 10 cedis e wa masamaya anti munin ton wache 10 cedis we didn't say that
yeah oh, no
because yet yes say kempisi aduane is different from amasama hotel aduane
sure yes of
that we understand but we are talking about the general market I him say you call Achimota market you call Dome market you call Ketia market Kotokraba market Tamale marketa you nim send yesanke you ton a particular ayi in line a one more send Kwame there's a suggestion say if it's possible abayino through buffer stock and fan crop and it is also a source of employment through the women organizers of even NDC yan kwada mi say one na ready so be dokun adwuma na ya mom capital kakra Kwame
great idea
no mom bodo ho no 3 cities 2 cities
no
na buy them more bro it will change the other guys to it will shape them in life
great idea
yes
a great idea
so watch here all my person ton watch here na be so asene 2000 Ghana kwam kwati bro with my nipa be 20 2000
chama me
no han my large say go 15,000 and no krampo no ya 15,000 na ya de makwam kwache no
oh yes and they inkumata ko di
it is a
no unim say dokro na wa ha no ewo ikatometa ya
scenario no
yes alaji scenario fie ni nim dokro na 4 cedi
dokro na 4 cedis 4-5 na ahanu me akwa ya laboni
cantonment
na se cantonment
siga fo krom
eska fo krom ya ton dokun 4 cedis ana wo bo dokun 6
oh said national security yes
they should not joke with it too abani should not joke with it because the government has done so much unfortunately grounds one no they are not you are not here for brofo man Kwame can brofo me na person me can
me
that be say me no na issue
oh David yeah me count
no but Kwame on the more serious
yes
my fasade we ni agro me fasade we ni agro because mentias agro bo aba from dokumbu wedding e mo bo aba from wache boarding mentias Kwam I didn't say ton kusia 4 cities why
ojo antiase
ene hwesania enema ba forma even piota for krenya so fa so ye ton piota 50 pesos
senior
Eti Kwame, one thing Get Hope, I join you on Facebook. Prince, okay. Could you for worry? Also, no, thanks for hitting this particular issue. They must start having control prices. I say we into the JJ buy. That's how when you control pricing, but also a free market economy. Many problem, but make sure say send me my suggestion. I buy no super raising crop tuntum bi. To wo de na 7 cities so bi abeto abi go bi turn 3 Ghana. Patrick Kwesi Kenyi. I say Nana, please, this country will not be charged for any refund. Okay. Go Jenok. I say Nana, good evening. I was shocked. I'm sure say Okasaba Agradaa case. David Mauli, I said the judges should stop taking our money, our salary, if they don't want us to talk about them. And no crowd the judge bien who better even the chief justice the Timika has mentioned. Hey, say me and Kaya say me and Mitria come and saying, are you God? If I come and say President Greg can say, Ebe Mauto Aboyomi, or say the AG must appeal. Kwame, AG moment I say the corner, Attorney General. That be say Chief Justice. Yeah. We Chief Justice. Robert Esuman, I see rollings in you. Keep up. Okay, very well. Richard Anan, no, to this is Gano. Abdul Majid. When you watch, I'm not getting. Was Agra wearing a skinny under? Bro, can you bring the question again, Pachoa? Mentiasie. Anan, no, to okay, I've done that. Paul Amen, so you say, and this is better than MPP. Oh, that's a way in your case. Will be any. Hambolai also to the one who brought the first law school. Okay, I think I've done that. Wait, my boss too. I'm at your back. Tell them the truth. Gunshot. Thank you. Dominic Jamba is also good afternoon. Otu Darko from Sakama Kojo Shoes. Hey, Ghana. Wilson Ferguson is also here. Desmond Baosina to can this judgment be appealed? Certainly you can appeal. Sentinel appeals court. You can appeal, but me never bu honma. Young kwa na appeal mo bin fan huni. Never bu honma. We send a petition. Say judgment name running kwa ni ye judge in every honor because such a person would destroy the justice system of our country. Call the choir appeal no krampo save the image. Cause okay, esanke say say judge no go so to. Next judgment beba and no be 6 months. I think the worst our court can do is to reduce her sentence to 10 years, not from 15 years to 1 year. It's suspicious. Now Kolonko school could any idea we say suspicious. Ana kwa be kwasem so alenke se de bi okwa okata nanim then at that day no kwa ya mema no 1 year no de uyi nanim no nim say ya mema no judgment amana fa no akodi ana Nilati or say it's about time we should name and shame judges. So many messages coming through and to let them understand that the focus area of the discussion advanced by President John Dramani Mahama bordered on 2 thematic areas, and first had to do with reparation of Africa in terms of, relative or referencing the colonial times, how our people, were undermined with colonialism and slavery, and why it's become apparent or important or it's become significant for certain reparations to be done. Of course, we can link to the Hiroshima-Nagasaki bombing, when countries in some Asian nations, including Japan, at a point in time, were bombed by the United States. With the evolution of time, there were some reparations that were done. Why not Africa? And this is what our president consistently have been championing. Of course, Yabekai Abra, President Mahama, a call United Nations, comma speech, he dwelled on that reparation agenda. So I was thinking that the good people of Zambia, rather than touching on the fugu that they refer to as blouse of our president, they could have rather concentrate on the import of the message of the most performing president in Africa. And of course, according to DIVEX, the fifth in the whole world. They could have considered the import of that message and a casa efa that reparation agenda. Unfortunately, most of them, if not all of them, turned a blind eye. Beyond the reparation of Africa, President John Dramani Mahama focused his argument to another important discussion, which, if you ask me, is the fulcrum around which every economy must run. And like I said, may camera be brief for now, because I want this report to go through the Zambian embassy to the Republic of Zambia. And I'll come back home and didn't come over here. What did the president talk about? He plays a finger on why Africa must utilize their God-given resources to benefit the people of Africa. America holds a view that Africa, I beg your pardon, America is for Americans. And that America has got a permanent interest, but they don't have permanent friendship, and so on and so forth. It is about time Africa also came to the realization that the country or the continent Africa is for Africans and none other tribe of a foreign nation has a share. And so it's become incumbent that we utilize these natural resources only or directly to the benefit of the good people of Africa. And this is what our president championed. This is what our president championed. Look, the realism approach will tell you that international scene is anarchic because we don't practice a unipolar system of government. We don't have a single government that controls the whole world. And so every state is the main actor at the international scene. And that is why America will do everything possible to lift America. That is why Europe will do everything possible to lift Europe. That is why the Asian tigers, especially China, if not South Korea, and lately Singapore and Malaysia, will do everything possible to lift the image of Asia. Why can't Africa do the same thing? And if you are a Zambian and you are listening to me, this is a tree-spoken program, but we're taking turns in a few moments to speak to you in the language you can understand briefly, to let you appreciate why Africa should be proud of a president like John Dramani Mahama. When men were silent at the United Nations, when we needed to speak straight into the eyes of powerful nations in the world, it took President John Dramani Mahama at a recent UN Assembly. When he touched on the reparation agenda and he touched on the fact that Africans must not only be serious but deliberate in making sure that we utilize our national resources for the direct benefit of our people. And I think that this is a welcoming idea that deserves an applause. So, in brief, so we are Zambian, and I'm sure some will be brave at Ghana. Na, send your Miami Kenya, President Mahama, ever come with Kroma Hunu. Na Fugua, I don't know, say, no, Anna Muhunu, ya, then Bessie. Then I can tell you the kind of future Zambia will leave for the unborn generation. Because if, I'm sorry, the youth of Zambians are thinking in this direction, then I'm sorry for the future of Zambia. But as a Pan-Africanist, I did not come here to judge you. Because it doesn't matter where you come from. Whether you're a Zambian or a Nigerian, a Ghanaian or a Togolese, we are one people. We are Africans. Some of these things, that is why I think that the Zambians need education. Bakwam, Usha and somewhere President Mahama Kainwa, and somewhere more drew. And you see, we are Ghanaian, be proud. Say, oh, President Mahama. It doesn't matter so young people now in Disney. The guy keeps on shining everywhere he goes. The guy keeps on shining everywhere he goes. And I'm sure that by now, Zambia and Yakran can some presidency, unfortunately. Yamahama and the infant, you me funny mama. Nigeria for pray Yamahama no why some from Tinibuza. Because Yamahama we Nabi. One year will feel like yet to me fire president in Mobia. So the point I'm making is simple. Since I'm not president Bekano, let's focus on that one rather than touching on the peripheral. But our mother can never go unnoticed. And this woman, I don't know. Yeah. So obi ti say me bo mami we abaso anase bia ya beten hanum na ye ka mami we asem a me ye sure say eniema bebre be kwade tirim. Ene by now the mami jam wa mom cars. By now the mami jam wasi fiamo. By now the mami every month be mom $100,000. Jama fuguru mo se no kra mami na sesa mo closet. Mami ne yes anso e ye de. But me person oti ase ne say whether she does and no or onye no, that is not part of the conversation. Because Semira said we are going to go to a car. Itimi to tadie. Itimi to bi anidi. Sabi baby ametie, sabi mpanyifo anim. Sanya maami amebeka na sem na maami biskako ekotena ho. Ana baby akwame kwatete. 110 TV inches na kwame kwache krefre bruchiri bai. Sanya maami na man says kana kwai. The point I'm making is so nipa ya dia wasaye yi utan kodo kra in America, and I'm referring to none other but Mrs. Dr. Lodina Mahama. Mami we abonikun etidompa from time immemorial. And uyoba misra usua mami. Mini Samira Bamia and every week meba kusi mami ne niema na at least mesua de kakra. Samira Bamia onko or the better pong. No, come here. Mami where you be and Samira Bamia wa person your first lady no. Every week na ka wote eye mami fie. Okwa mami doctor Lodina Mahama misraw. Me pese da chi bia me kun eye president. Na me amehwe mu kura mpo a asenye possible. Me mpo say 50 years later mpo na eye possible a. Mami ede na menye as a first lady. And Lodina Mahama no so nya vindictive. Obeto ne bo no akyerɛkyerɛw. Samira ye saying Pons no tesu kakra, Gucci no tesu kakra. Samira, me so anka metima ye pons to say wo, ba me dem de si hospital. Samira, anka metimi ato Gucci bag ni bio, ba me dem de ama scholarship. Won wo, na Lodina Mahama e kyerɛkyerɛ Samira ba me bonko. Samira go, kwame, what is carrying na ba koto Gucci, no akoto pons, e twiranim, wey, ya de first lady. E de no Otu Darko pesoka. Be hwesenia. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic producer. Kwame Kwachi is the best producer. Me kind of there to see. Better picture no. Kesenia mami abodi kun etidom papa. Hey, Kwame. President Fuguna kaya shame de no. I said that you made the president. Mami Lodina. Adia ba kopa ne pese yeka. Esrawo. Koswaye ne awoye no wate. Na Kwame yensra ade ba akoma maame Lodina ne nabusua enkwatenten Kwame Awurade endom wom good health Awurade trem ashim no muntimi nkoso mu afoforo because how Mrs. Lodina Mahama support her husband, it is crazy. And I'm sure say she's a role model. And mabunu enkanka majuan betimi ahwe no so asua ente I will not be surprised say ye besua subject Lodina Mahama on womanhood. I will not be surprised because she's a model for tutelage. Mame me kan be bre no bi akaka say I say me ma fans be bre no I'm just saying this to let you know say na we appreciate agrophono feel you momutimi nka agrophono but advice am dey ma Samira de sanko betu e beboa no Uncle Lodina Mahama, kwa mama de na meji ama. Mama nso obetima akaso, we de tenase ye monkomo. Oh, ediam, na wusua de. Na se ne akoe de. Flag bearer no a first lady na abedi. So Kwame, that is about that. But what about Fugu? And let's do this history quickly. So that the good people of Zambia will understand this. Please, if you are an African, there is one thing that you should know. We must at all times seek to project the African identity, the pride of Africa, and the African dream. Leaders they can buy, and my target audience at this moment is Zambia. Nti permit me if I had me camera for kakra. Me baba and me be sure na nka say twi nko aba ha no me pese ko Zambia. Because I am shocked, say, yeah, president, no, Ashe Fugu Batakaria, a project African identity, no. You still have some sound quotes on Zambia social media, thinking, say, like almost because washe blouse. And what the Maya, Charlie Mamin Chow, I mean, me who post our Twitter here, fantastic post. Fantastic post. But me, I don't blame them because woman name Fugu. Woman but so when could I say what you say we African fabric. And I'm a so much so I want to give you a brief on Fugu. Then you understand and appreciate it better. And maybe encourage your leaders there to wear more of African regalia than always giving money to foreign nations. It's an suit, no more patient. Now listen. We either call it Fugu or Batakari in Ghana. It's a traditional hand-woven smock originating from northern Ghana, serving as a powerful symbol of Ghanaian heritage, royalty, and identity. So I decided to wear the Fugu today. So this is what I'm talking about. All the accolades I'm giving is in respect to this attire I have put on. And that is what our president also wore when he visited the good people of Zambia. Now, it was worn by warriors and chiefs, often adorned with talismans, and became famously associated with national pride. When worn by Dr. Kwame Nkrumah during independence in 1957. So, for our brothers and sisters Zambians, you can visit on the evening when Nkrumah chanted, Ghana is free forever. You realize that he was adorned in this Fugu or this Batakali. And it signified victory because it is worn by warriors and chiefs and people of royalty heritage. Now, let me give you a brief historical origin and cultural significance, and I'll be done. Now, if you the Fugu originates from the northern savannah regions with deep historical ties to the Mosi people of Burkina Faso, as Fugu means cloth in their language. So please, our president did not wear blouse. He wore a traditional heritage. Our president signified royalty. Our president projected the African tribe. And beyond the African tribe that was projected, our president also projected the pride of Africa. Initially, it served as attire for hunters and warriors. In the 19th century, Asante military forces wore these smocks, sometimes incorporating leather punches for amulet. Finally, what I want you to understand is that it must always be the African dream. It's quite unfortunate, it's a shame that some people in the Republic of Zambia would have to take that ill turn against our president because of what he wore. And I associate this largely to ignorance. And of course, ignorance is next to illiteracy. I live here.
Nyama bafo and inflation cost. By Ninia Yakabum Efreno, inflation. Na tama NDC are buying AG Power We. Now you're 23%, 23.1 into 23%. Na mineunim NDC basuno na fuel per liter na eyahe. Fuel per liter NDC basuno may use star oil. It was 14.9. Or use star to star 14.9. Today, the same star oil no 9.97 today. And to won't say deflation then about I drop it by 5 cedis per liter. Inflation rate automatically will drop because fuel a part of inflation automatically will drop. Tama NDC bus on us. They are aware say transportation was reduced by 15%. Now, that 15% reduction, automatically it will reflect in what? In inflation, which is deflation because goods and services then are dropping. It will. Meno Kasano, let me give you current price of last week. Uko Upper West, Emo Bottle, 100 kilo, almost on the 300 Ghana cedis. Emo Bottle Upper West, 300 Ghana cedis. Ebedu Accra is about 600. But MPP also know. Accra 1,200, 1,300. Ebro Bottle, 1,200 and 1,300. And it's a drop up between 600 and 700. Look at the drop margin. Automatically, there will be what? Deflation. And the chest and Yama then abba form. And it's happening a bit drop a cra abba. You say you for a getty picture. No? A bit drop a cra abba. As a trainer. No? And now every goose if you abruti and landi wagana hano. A significant drop in price. Almost everything. There is a one drop, at least a dropping. So what is it? Let's just say inflation and then air dropping, air buffer. Sincerely speaking, somewhere 2 months ago, can I make us say we are moving towards negative inflation, just because nyama ankosoro, rather air drop nyama ankosoro. The only challenge you raw food. To say Ghana okoto emo ayanoa, the kuna ayanoa raw food no. That's where the difficulties was say ombeteso ana senomoton no anka embra from which we are all fighting. But exception of eno uko market na se ukoto food stuffs market and ukoto any other goods or market na atrophy. Today's year, a year ago, February, na ton cement, gasim cement, 125 and 126 cedis. Nana, 125 and 126 cedis. February up to March 2025. Today, 100 cedis 105. Look at the drop margin. It's over 50%. Look at the drop margin. It's over 50%. You look at the trade. It's on 125. Sorry, 125 today. I drop it about 100 cedis. 25 cedis is gone out, and the inflation will automatically come down, whether we like or not. Ever down, and the inflation ever down now. And yes, and Andrana meet some people are questioning news. I wish I news are. Now under news, moment news at 8 o'clock. When person me body, 8 o'clock news. Now there's one MPP man questioning statistical service, say or more inflation rate na abano, or question the authenticity of it. And can say, you see, just look at Ghana, the cost of goods and services. It will reflect. Does it reflect to the figure we are talking about? And the answer is yes. Today, as a result of interest rates, a lot of goods imported into this country are dropping. At the harbor, are dropping import duties drastically because you don't need much cedis to change it to dollar as compared to 2024 and early 2025. Because Tama MPP fee abasno, they massage the foreign currency. Emma about the same 14.9. Yeah, they massage it because now November when you Google that will give you Bank of Ghana's rate 16.4, even early December. But close to later part of December, and I'm massaging about 14.9. I will use the massage 14.9. We use it by Empo as compared to 10 point something. So let me even round it 11 and 15. You have 4 cedis different per dollar. Until the car which worth $10,000. And that's a value for your duty. The $10,000 then is times 15.
Yeah.
And the $10,000 today is times 11. So automatically there is a savings bill of some force savings bill,
okay.
$4 savings bill. And however, it will reflect in inflation drop. E-level, it will reflect in inflation drop because nyama be drop just because that factor no enimupio. And you inflation I today, which is 3.2, right? 3.8, which is no. It is the clear reflection of goods and services. It is the clear reflection. There's no massage. Sincerely speaking, the rate at which we are buying tons when you go to market and when you go to stores, no. Maybe who say we should be one.
But I'm even surprised. I'm even surprised. Ukraine surprised. Say be more there's massage. That was the same thing they told us. They started working on the city. Almost say cosmetic.
No, initially with the city, they started with America. Donald Trump policy.
I'm saying Donald Trump policy and Abuwa city. No.
Almost say, does it mean Donald Trump commanding the other currencies such as the pound sterling and then the naira and co? You get it. They always find a ways and means. But you see, when inflation drop, it is good for all of us. But inflation so affects OPR because the rate, the value of money today. Today, when you are paid, let's say 2,000 Ghana cedis paid, it has value than when you were paid in 2 years ago 2,000 Ghana cedis. Yes. Because 2 years ago, you got 2,000 Ghana cedis. The value of the money, any ahonding to say and there, you got 2,000 Ghana. Say, value. And 2 years ago, for transportation, you're higher. Because remember last year, dropped by 15%.
Yeah.
Yes, and you're higher than anything they are dropping. And it simply means a value for money today, is higher than value for money in 2 years back. So how did this came by? As the IMF said, IMF and let me emphasize on the two.
Okay.
One, or say physical discipline. When we say physical discipline, actually say, we had a budget. You best spend it. Now your revenue now you're expecting and do budget. So let's assume we budgeted to spend 80 million. Now revenue is 65 million. What we did was that to adjust the expenditure, and the spending is 65. But the then MPP, so my budget is 80. Now revenue is 60. From Bobo 15 now. Now a car, abedaho. One son of my now my then a cosro. But what we rather did was to spend within our resources, to spend within what we have. And then the NMA who say the deka, but we are spending. Who say bobo bushia, but we are spending. But you see that we are spending at the right places.
Because but
we are spending. You see, because you cut your coat according to your size. And we are working. Stress-free first year students. Allocations were made completely echo. For the first time, Nana, a national that's a NHIS. National Health Insurance. Not even a month.
How?
Not even a month. Unless you claim you buy or unless you claim you verify. Not even a month. I didn't see that. But Nana just find out in 2022, for the whole year, MPP couldn't pay even a month. From January to December, even a month, MPP couldn't pay it. Just a month, they couldn't pay.
Always in arrest.
Always in arrest. So it's prudent, man. That is how come the IMF said, physical discipline. That is one. And two, they really said we were able to put measures that is working for the government. All these things we never saw. What are some of the measures? The measures are, let me end with this. We say NDC Basu Fufrono. Now you DDEP. Tama yen ye ko school na ya maame omoji omo sika no omo the top bonds. Na 6 months no omo adi yield no omo di amaye. Na capital no is still there. That is what they've been doing. And our school, what I say, government bond is the safest. So invest in government bond. They will let you understand that. But what happened? They've consumed the government bond to the extent say Nkrofu, Ekwadawo, Minister of Finance, ye nananom, ye mamenom, ye uncle, including the former CJ Nina Ekwada. But when this government came, what he did is that the 91, the treasure bills we have, the T-bills. When he said the 91 treasure bill, no, the interest was 28%. Now this government came, no, and within 3 to 4 months, no, he made sure say a drop in less than 20%, the 3 months bill. And a drop in less than 20%, no, and a OG loan with the lower interest rate, no, and or they retire the debt with the higher interest rate, no, and the chia DDP4. So in effect, we took loan with a lower interest rate to retire the old debts, but unreflected in the books. I don't know whether you understand. What am I say? Your fund say Odika, 100 million, with your interest rate of 20%, and to between 120 million. Now 1 year down the line, which were 50, any 10 out of it, because over 122 into 150 and 10, which is 60. The Akano new abide by now making sure say interest not drop it 20% no to 10%. And they drop it 10, who didn't fix, so you can't do anything. Say abide for just 6 months with the interest rate of 10% with 5 no, and the interest rate 10% by 5,000 into 55, into the 55 or the 50 no, I could tria. And the cars is binding no, instead of 10 no, 5. Yes, you see what we did, and you did tria and Kofnaka. That is what we did. Our country no a moving in the right direction. So I'll end with the inflation here. What was the next topic?
Yeah, I think that Anka, I don't know. That's what we're taking the bite. Then I'll come back to you. Okay. Metro.
Hello.
Yeah, go.
Asa na mekoso no I mean fa kunya wontia Accra FM T4 ning jamu share wo Facebook live no nyina na mensa enchia wo any technical crew wa na me senior brother senior Malik Adama our no share communication as you know. These were some of the guys and I looking out to from the guitar carriage and I call the national level. So we owe them the respect any day, anytime to me channel. Me also chair the general manager for business support services, Elenda Akusoji our Bost Energies, Energy Power Bonum, Ejuma Bonunti, a friend the Maradona of the organization. Inflation, and we might see a lot of commentaries from the MPP. Ebimuka say NDC for nye magic, yeah, the air magic. At a point in time, almost say the air no air cosmetic. Another point, no almost say your cookie figures. Another point, almost say it's not reflecting on the ground. Messinya no akasa bibiri. Then the ground. Nana, the price are made to a loaf of bread. The price are made to pano in 2024. Now butter bread, a loaf of bread or butter bread, depending on brand, auto can go about 22 Ghana cedis, be 18, be 19 Ghana cedis. And then from 25, a whole year down the line, year 2026, the price of butter bread and answer pan it remains the same. So now you turn tea bread, no, it remains the same. In 2024, say Ghana for Murie, see, say you were January. Yeah, and then I make a say in 2024. Ubada sorry no. Pan no I turn 22 Ghana cedis na 18 Ghana cedis. Ubada sorry na you catch say I did turn 18 Ghana cedis and I turn 25 Ghana cedis. Ubada sorry no a tin of milk. A common commodity. I will be afia. I don't know tea. I don't know cocoa. Ni sa nyama no. I turn 12 Ghana cedis no. Ubada sorry no. I be catch say I turn 15 Ghana cedis and 16 Ghana cedis. That was the kind of country and I yet simu and Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Ghana for mama ye few. Because yanga stability in the price of commodities over a long period of time no man ye fi baby ye free answer na yanga dia yanga. And that Dr. Mahmoud Baumia and another don't go for do. Now ye as individuals, yan to be planning. Say Oka at the end of the month, maybe I tell 3,000 Ghana cedi, I tell 2,000 Ghana cedi. One of them say and then butter bread, maybe 22 Ghana cedi, now 20 Ghana cedis. Into where our budget say maybe for the breakfast for the rest of the month, no, me spend about 500 Ghana cedis, no. What you 3,000 Ghana cedi now? What you spend on breakfast alone 2,500 Ghana cedi on breakfast because prices of food stuff at the point pano air cost no tea nyama air cost sugar air cost. That was the country that we're living in. But this year because of inflation I drop afforded the individuals afforded here as Ghanaians. You to me your plants. You to sika at the end of the month. I want them say 2,000 amenya. Nyama bro en cost re. Say bibi kra boa ebeba for more. Nti metumi invest say. Metumi save sika say. These are some of the advantages and benefits of inflation. Sa when I hear kasia ye kan ho asem no. Me pa mo cho bebre. Etie for amutie me. Mo hwe ma setena mo ene. Mo hwe se na mo ye spendings. Now, I say in a few years back in 2024, 2023, no sana what we spend is as to how I yet you achieve Sanya Maya no. Senior Maliga Damakasa Bibri. The exchange rate form is one of the factors. The discipline in your fiscal policies discipline is another factor. And say make wants a better me train Ghana for a dream. And call the real state of Sena almost feeling the inflation no. Inflation now ever from no. Prices of food, prices of goods and services ever from. So we see that in 2024 the amount are laborers edgy. The amounts are amazing for edgy. We will be someone say almost 1 and something years down the line now. Nana do any MPP losing power. It's the same price. And then 1 year down the line. The same and cost here. These are the benefits. Say cause inflation about for ma. Say anyama way who na ye kan wan sem. It is MP before to be kojina hold the press conference. E ka say cook figures Me pa mo nka kire mo say mo asetena mo enne eye chain dia na mutimu anda nanado dan kwagufado. Any Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. The global scene, Ghana are yet attractive. Ghana are yet there. Investors, Ghana, because we investor now, Ghana, we research. We won't say cement price. At that time, maybe a cement price 100 Ghana cedis. By the time I over your budgeting, over your board meetings, yeah, approve budget amount. We drew Ghana. Who far shovel car and see from here. Now 7% move from 100 Ghana cedi to about 120 Ghana cedis. Not the cost of mason, send a charge no cost through. But see Ghana yet investors percent omuba Ghana and be investing in Ghana. These are some of the advantages. I from the inflation air form. And when your magic, where as a result of good governance. Where as a result of good governance, almost say you construct you spend this car. Now you spend this car, almost spend this car. Musumu ye Accra Kumasi highway. Montumi Antua contractor no car. Our contractor knows every site. Our pedestrians, any road committers, you conform with sir in Sawam, Accra, Honum no. Omu call demonstration, Omu Kasa baby, the president call on the road, Mr. Say, yeah, truck contractor no kangina. Every single region, 16 regions of Ghana, every single region of Eko. There's construction work going on there. And then the whole of Ghana are done the construction sites. The whole of Ghana are done the construction sites. Whereas under the MPP, Nana Danko Akufo-Addo and Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, the whole of Ghana are done a demolition sites. Shola General Hospital, omo bubu no ko the coastal line at center echi onum opposite Vianri won sa honum empona no honum no all the government offices any adas omo bu nyina am so be the bi wonum omo to be anye hwe bra ye chi hanum ya close to Parliament House be most of the inner roads ring roads honum specifically from Santasi and Ahuju roundabout honum the project is ongoing from Bekwai to Santasi honum koso Asokwa interchange. These are projects who call Accra hanum ya Ekpeshi bridge over 8 years just completion of sa abandoned metal bridge na yede atu bridge no so no 8 years under Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia omanye hwe amfa ho. Less than 1 year, a government that has not borrowed a single penny. Government that one kobo ombo busia bakoboye. Government ombo busia bakoboye. Shenyama yeye. And you tell us that we are not spending in the right direction. We are not spending at the right places. And then Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo now spending at the right places. And all be say John Dramani Mahama. Onusu onko renti private jets. Bathroom ewo mu. No on jury ewo ewienum honum. And also renti private jets. Say or Tottenham ewo England abrochimai mu. Say or kosho football ewo honum.
Champions League.
Sana ye spending sa obe say ye. Don't remind Mahama the current NDC government ye that kind of spending. Ye drink Ghana for. And that is why ye results are ye
top private jet.
Or top private jet. Private jet bathroom or Champions League.
One bottom sika no the far plane.
Oh yeah, taxpayers money and the far plane no. The defense minister eba parliament eba defend it.
Oh, I know that. I've said it, but you see,
defend it.
The guys like he's reawakening my some of these things. We are not a serious country because we should not allow some of this. How can you hire a private jet in the name of a country?
Nana, 30 seconds, me crossing me, bra. What is oriented jet in the call France? Champions League. Not France president, no more meeting, more cabinet meeting, serious.
No, not to all.
No,
because the team space.
At the expense of the taxpayers.
We say no, young Kawasan San, we are saying baby.
At the expense of the taxpayers. I almost say you spend it at the right places. Are they, sir, Mickey Mouse and the Tom and Jerry? I want to ask a baby. I'm award the contract man and now don't go for the Bushani. I'm moving around the interchange. Interchange, Palace Montation, almost about draw, some Mickey Mouse and the sign you might be or interchange. No. Start spending up saying, yeah. Don't remind Mama on your spending. No. See, in every district in Ghana today, 24-hour economy market, basso. Every district in Ghana today is supposed to have by the end of this year at least one chief's compound. Ubale Jokuku, my constituency, my municipal chief executive, Israel, Ajete Otrema, AK Guzo. MC no under. Anopa area onam gata sumu onam area no mu in the evenings almost facing street lights almost making sure the gutters are clean, the community is clean, almost share areas are flood the neighbor honum the silty honum show bibi on the gutters betu bibi on by roads honum portals are more batch with the major flagship projects are as a municipal chief executive on person ye honum me ba na me tie mu ne Ablekumanov MCE Kalamu me friend Kalamu mo friend saying Adamu. Musa. Yeah, me refer to Kalamu. I'm like one of MC. The guy's a fantastic guy. And you see some of these things, don't be so you decongestion. It's not just about going to do the demolition. No. Your key thing to for a decongestion exercise to be successful. Prudent, correct stakeholder engagement. For the people to understand. The entire exercise no ekoso. So wo tete akwala of here na akwala no ye bibia enye na wo de bia wo fa ba na wo de bo akwala no na wan chire mu an chire akwala no say we a wo ye ya enye nti da mebo no akwala no be koso aye the same thing ba wo chire mu chire no e bia wo fa ababo ono ga se be jai dia oye no kasa chire unya kasa chire The strategy, I'm looking one of MC, you know, you see, no. Fantastic strategy.
You know what he did? Well, he's a smart guy. Say, I'm betting come on. Anna or call. I just said he did not use his strength to go and do it. I'm betting come on or call market leaders, no. And I can say, we don't cry from for saying. And I'm sure the pros and cons. And of course, the negative will outweigh the positive because the car be trouble as well. And I'm one of the women, Ekasai, to show say indeed, and yet say or no na. What do you say on Yakasa CCA? Apart from someone raising about 20 gas, or more say or monya hobasa no. Market women for one so and your task force, Yachiwa, or suspended with 3 months. And I am affirming your point, say, what literally more market women for the TSN. Have gone even further to erect people, or making sure they take care of charge.
Yes, correct. We just take good engagement. Inside a congestion exercise, no. Your success is not the demolition of the properties, oh. Your success in that exercise, no. Yes, sir. Over to me, the parties and the stakeholders, no. At the NTR, Ubabe exercise now, oh, yeah, no. And the guy's strategy is a fantastic one.
Okay. Me fan added me bra kai. Almost yes. 100.5. But as at middle of last year, the government spent a lot. When you say there are some payments are buying a year, you can say it for ATB. An amount of 25 million as assembled members allowance has been paid. An amount of 21 million for the national apprenticeship has been paid. An amount of 34.5 million Pejumapa. An amount of 2 billion has been paid. An amount of 2 billion for the NIB. Minimum sa unim say na NIB collapse. And as can be a ending. I say that NIB. And I buy we buy upon pay 2 billion Ghana cedis. A raise NIB because NIB no collapse here. An amount of 1 billion to the free secondary education program. An amount of 4.6 billion to the national health insurance. Okay, I'm not haka say national health insurance. I buy we end or more kabia. And an amount of an amount of 300 million to the no fee stress policy. No, that one too has been paid. An amount of 191 million to teacher allowance, teacher training allowance, and a nursing training allowance. As at last year, no, the government don't own them at all. As at the end of last year, so a lot of payments are cost. But this time, no, we pay prudently. And this time, no, we manage our resources. For instance, the last one I will say, so Ube Kaya Independent Day, my brother will remember. Now, budget I had the president. Nana, Nana,
Ethiopia.
The bread budget president 20 million Ghana cedis.
Accra FM.
Look, I say how? A cow, you bet to Kabibri. Until you 20 million Ghana cedis for celebration of Independent Day.
Yeah,
but the previous year, no, President Akufo-Addo Koyeno voted with 23 million Ghana cedis. It's not on yet. Omunye of Flagstaff House because there's a much space there. Do you know how much they spent? 1.5 million. So they save 18.5 million. Look at it. But under President Akufo-Addo, okay, you see me. And the 18.5 savings.
Obey you up
18.5 savings, no. Okay, it's no more a savings, so. Anka a money for the boys, the party, non crop around. But one prudent management. So that money was saved, we will use for other things. I just want to draw the attention of our listeners. Now, let me get back to Kotoka. Honestly speaking, me monitor kakra, airports are here to think of. Now, worldwide, when you observe, you get about 95 to 99%. Yeah, there are two. Either governments who have performed, who are in governments, are on my yard, or yeah, the macro. When you observe, you will see that most of them, to say it true, most of them either they give it to a banya wayard politician who has performed extremely well. They name it after the person, or somebody
who has done extremely well. Let's look at our case. Kotoka ever overthrew Kwame. He is the masterminds of the 1966. Everybody knows that. You and I knows that. And our airport, you know, may see if and I'll buy ever complete. I use the word complete because refurnishment and co. And then it's been named after Kotoka International Airport. Kotoka International Airport. All along, you know, every international airport, you know, is good. So we will have it as a monument of the country. And the emolument of the country, you know, even if it's Kwame Nkrumah, it is significant because everybody knows Kwame Nkrumah and the first president and then the founder of this country.
You didn't say somebody completed it. I didn't get that place.
Kotoka International Airport. When it was built by Kwame Nkrumah, and then Kotoka came and refurnished it.
Because what I know is because he was killed
there.
And look at Kentine.
Oh, okay.
Not that
I thought because he
finished
it.
It was built. I mean, Nkrumah to the Accra International Airport.
Accra International Airport. That's the earlier.
So that was around.
Was it Ghana International Airport?
66. Is it 66?
66.
Yeah, it was.
So around 60. Neither about them say. Second Republic.
Yes.
I say we should honor him because then to them Kotoka was their hero because Mom Kwame Nkrumah.
Yeah.
So in honoring them, I see a mom the best state in not yet the Kotoka in because they reference JF Kennedy. He was also
and a statue. Oh, maybe
a statue, maybe in his honor. Yeah.
That is where we see at Kotoka International Airport.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, you are good. So me first said Nana, I thought it should be reversed to Accra International Airport because Accra International Airport it serves the purpose for the airport. When you say when you Google, when you Accra Airport, or Google to me Accra Kotoka International Airport.
Okay.
When you say Accra Kotoka International, would you check right now? Bama Accra Kotoka International Airport. So why can't we do it at Accra International Airport? So it will be simple. And to me first, when you say me who Kotoka International, I was trying to find out who is Kotoka. But when you read history too much, you will not see any good thing Kotoka has done for this country. Even Achampong can be said, say, we're expanding Akosomo. People can say that. But you will not see what one can say Achampong, under Achampong regime, there is an estate at Dansuma, and there's an estate at Tishinongwa Estate. But man can under
Achampong,
yes, Tishinongwa Estate, and one of the biggest estates in Dansuma, and the expansion of the what's the name? This dump at Akosomo.
At least your kind of operation.
What you have to feed yourself.
Feed yourself.
One say there are emoluments we can speak.
Trade fair.
There are emoluments we can speak. But Kotoka no.
Oh no, a trade fair.
Achampong.
So Achampong did a lot within a shorter time. But Yaka Kotoka now, how do you talk about Kotoka? Organizer of a coup. One said, you know, there is nothing good to speak about Kotoka. I've heard nothing good. And you know, I'm for it. Say you should go to Accra International Airport. And look at Kumasi, Krempe. They name it Emma, one of Omu heroes, which is
the name here. And I'm not Kufad and a rename history.
Rename good. Edema, one of the names of Ahimfono. The Krempe, the Tutus, that is the stool name. Accra, so Ustedia, Accra also has a tradition.
You see, senior.
But because Accra is capital,
me should say, Chrome Hado, your person should say. Wow. Because if we want to be fair, let us be fair to all citizens. Okay?
Yeah.
So if we have airports across all the regions, now for instance, in Asante Mountain, you see a name, near the name. Se prempedia any enkranso ahemfo ha
ni
entra make sure say you stressem you passem so stressem
me can ba on
so you cannot be say Edu Asante there we can name it after a king bedroom cry there we can name it after a king we must be able to jump over those
Tamale Airport
they name it after a
Tamale Airport
say Tamale Airport
no there's
no Kumasi Airport
what about Tamale
no Tamale seems they name it
I just go for to secret them. That secret them here university. Secret them here university. That be secret them here university. UDS. That be one first secret them to who or the two UDS.
And which one is Aliu Mama?
Aliu Mahama.
Which one is Aliu Mama?
I don't know. But you research my idea.
There's one Aliu Mama. And me feel say metal. Me say Adangbe caucus no. You people are vibrant. But because Accra is capital, no. Also, we will not go into that area. Yesterday, I listened to the chairman, former MPP Attorney General, Otu, right? Yeah. I say no, they are not much about that tribalism, but they are also indirectly per his speech, you know, is for the changing of the name. If it's Accra International Airport, he is for it because they also fighting and say a monument should be named after them because this is their land. And refer to the Ashanti region, if you can name Kumasi Kotoka International Airport as Prempe, let's just say Accra, so if you name it after us,
and now you can do it in Tekitewi Airport.
You just give it to us as Accra International Airport. That's fine.
To promote Accra.
Yes, I think say it's in the right direction. Accra International. What do you go? How about Accra International Airport?
See,
I will let you see.
The issue of the renaming of Kotoka International Airport, Matthew, a lot of commentaries, but maybe from this angle, the whole world, Ubo, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah Obianim no, and India now original for. Utsu Kwai Ekwamononi, whether Europe and the Americas and even other African countries. Now, see, I'm from Ghana. The first thing I go for episode about Dr. Kwame Nkrumah in Crawford to Kwai all over the world. Eba Ghana. Just to come and learn more about or study for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, the man who gained independence for Ghana, the man who championed the African liberation. Now all share for other African countries say almost found there, right? Independence. Yes, found there. This man in Kufotu crying all over the world, from Europe, from America, from other African countries to come and learn about him. Now, there are two main entry points into Ghana. You either come by air, and now you come by sea. By sea, they say,
by land.
You can also come by land. You can come by air, by sea, or land. But most of the foreigners are to Ghana. Ghana. See, they say, passenger ships. Most of the ships are cargo ships. All passengers, most of them from other European, even African countries, come by air. And this is a man now, we are speaking so much good about him, both in Ghana, Africa, and the world. Say, no, the founder of Ghana, not getting independence for Ghana. Why you say, I call so much down, was in this number of schools, and they say. That you know that the man was overthrown. When you say, man, you're cool, Eddie, and a cool Eddie, Nipa na, or you're cool, Eddie, Dr. Osadifo Kwame Nkrumah, the African icon, the Ghanaian icon. Your friend Kotoka. We see if you play no more. The first thing we share and say, Nipa now overthrow the icon of Africa. I go for a name no ban say, what but Juama, both Ghana and Africa no. No one say Ghanaians on international airports no. Nipa idea to no Kotoka. In the we as Ghanaians no, you supported the overthrow of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. In the early, we Ghanaians, yes, supported the overthrow of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. I'm not saying, say, my name any state asset after Kotoka. But to name an international airport after Kotoka, and I think it's long overdue. Because that same way should have been a matter. You revisited that other. Because it does not speak well of young as Ghanaians. So the man that overthrew the founder of Ghana, the man that gained independence, Ghana. My Ghana for ye found here. Nipana yes akuno, ye the airport no atuno. Now let me come to the tribal and the tribal gimmicks and the political sides. Tribal gimmicks and political sides. The minority leader said, Kotoka is a Votarian, of him the stronghold of the NDC. Into NDC, you Kotoka no, you Votarian. Every idea this. With all due respect, on our balance enough in your market. We are Votarian. Who to mean dog Votarian? And change ya NDC. So dog Votarians, ba. I don't know who contest will sit over Futu. And I won't call voter if you don't contest will sit no one. But because of cheap political pointer, who score nunti. You are clinching to straws. You are pushing tribal sentiment. Enye juma ne. Enye juma ochina.
Shall we say Aliu the near Aliu Tamale Sports Stadium on the to Aliu.
Tamale airport. Tamale Sports and on the to Aliu.
And a UDS near 10
CK 10. So what about enough for your markings?
Braben or Ghana. What that was.
What about enough for your markings? Such tribal statements. Enye juma ochina. I support the renaming of Kotoka International Airport. Kotoka dinu enfree onum. And another angle, so MP before say the renaming of Kotoka Airport. No, I ever no. Say rebranding in no be sika, and we don't need that at this time. Yo, I wanna be bano. I wanna be bano. Almost say rebranding no. Ya. But yeah, Baba says Nana don't go for the university one CB. Uba for 8 years, one single university. University in Confasino. Unya time it's nasi. Echo cabinet meeting. And no cabinet members are planning here say University of Developmental Studies. Who rename you? Start renaming now, yeah, now. All the letterheads, all the letters, all the mails. Even certificates, I'm printing templates at one. I saw Musisa because of the new name. No, not any costly and a waste of money because of the new name. No, not any costly. Almost your kase Kotokaku na ye no Kotokaku na ye. Inti Argentina na kwa mikuma ebe dani dictator. Inti na amu ya obi obetu ya stop Kotoka. Inti Kotokaku na ye no no eye. Inti na almost support this Kotoka wo honom no. But then the same people buy almost try the celebration of June 4th. Almost try the celebration of 31st December. Almost cancel that celebrations no from being national holidays because almost can say those days when days are year cool. Ghana. The same people almost catch them say ya Kotoka ye na ye because now Dr. Kwame Nkrumah now oh yeah dictator. I don't think Dr. Kwame Nkrumah is a dictator. Attempted several assassination attempts on the life. Some people say Mukung Dr. Kwame Nkrumah also introducing BDA, Preventive Detentive Act. So detaining go forward without sending them to court. The UP don't got tradition at the time. Today I'm more than the MPP. No more frustrating, no, but some see several assassination attempts. To a point said they gave a schoolgirl flowers. The bomb Bashem. So they wanted to assassinate him.
I think we must take care of that woman.
The state must take care of.
Yes, that lady is alive.
All these assassination attempts, bombs, now Kwame Nkrumah escape all assassination attempts, no. Once say in Haley, sir, once say bombs. Not the coup made by Kotoka. No can see UDS, no some person from Tuno. Or see UDS, or see on front Tuno, or no, I'll see the UDS. Or see on front Tuno. At a Mills SC University. There were voter, you know.
The running circle.
Running circle cried, no. You should have said it to no.
Okay.
No. You should have said it to once and mocks be your mocks. I know we back out.
Okay.
Oh, and now. See our park at developing our market. And then they will running circle, but and you be a
no president in the Fourth Republic. Abba before Abekono, or no one can say, or no one can send the statue. No president in the Fourth Republic. Me who president are, or no one on to building any monumental state assets. Now so or pen who e the asset atu ne ho e rename nyama hwe jam ko ye is it western or central region right after the election no is it the hospital western region right if you kwanta hospital no residents sorry ye ko bubu start you know wo dey wa sabi awie kotrase na dia can president abano aka say once upon a time your president be I friend now don't go akufado obo ejuma nti ye rename ana ye start you man you want to say who award who answer na woko Kotoka renaming is long overdue. Mr. Potino, Accra International Airport. And on the Minister of Transport, Bebo Abaso. Mamunshe baby mumbo ejuma pano sa.
We dey na ufa be 2 yenye be 3 minutes bi na me have prep one day ba me ade. Professor Michael Kwe say hands down.
Junior na senior. Michael Kwe junior na senior.
I think senior.
Senior na guy so.
So no prof no. Professor
senior,
yeah.
Oh,
former Speaker of Parliament.
Na Michael Kwe senior ni party bo.
Your be MP wo me ho na wanye hwe.
Ni party bo kasa mu omo fi no. Enti de aka no ebi a wa sorry wan sorry here na oka de aka no. Me kan here before MP before come prime minister say all the 5 presidential aspirants of the NPP. Omo nyina no omo ye aduane a MB ye. Omo nya wudi a wo yembe hwe obenya indigestion all the 5 aspirants before prime minister na make can say they are being yeka among the 5 no ye the trophy no be man and Dr. Mahmoud Mabia de man musa don kwa post no matter who Dr. Mahmoud Mabia contest from the NDC all the names are yatu no na uka say so na ye wole si ubut ye starting posters agenda agenda because I said Dr. Mahmoud Mabia wife
Bamia de I'll beat him any day
wife
in any elections.
Wife
Dr. Bamia
wife
I'll beat Dr. Bamia any day in any elections.
Wife now then na the campaign economy wa I say then tell the buy
this form farming to flag bearer no so mo bia ko campaign obi an ko campaign ye be kan elections na wi no me wura nya say 57 ye say akwan sin wura at least me be 51 ho baby I'll beat him any day any time.
A candidate are all struggle say obenya even 40% obenya about 40% people on the party who are rejecting more than 40%. Dr. Michael Kwe because of the old man no Professor Michael Kwe no because when you know into me kasa
why careful kakara
na my careful kaka but at the end of the day no Dr. Mahmoud the wife full.
Okay, I'm a honorable.
No
honorable.
Say before the election.
Watch out 1 minute to wait my account.
You before the election, Madam Fubika said 5 no presidential candidate in name. A bina metro car no. It's presidential candidate. Are they? And no taking me one by one. Put the form 1 by 1 for Brian. On one of me almost on no cause I also was wagon. On no person auto your hotel. On no person or ye. Young for former education minister. Former education minister, no. Only the mama can who can say former education minister by out the can say those who benefit from the free SHS 5.7 million. Who are ending back on you who say and 5.7 million 4.5 million. And the difference of 1.2 million or more. We made provision for their feeding. Where is that resources? They made provision for their books. They made provision for their uniform. Attorney General, you didn't call her. What is Nana? Let's move to Kennedy. Ken. Kennedy, we shouldn't talk about in TV relationship. A point where Obama area have more we move bono parameter moka. And check. Okay. Nipa or a presidential material. Obi otimi ye mba or ye your private party na your in the public. It's not a presidential material. Ye hweb ai alaji Bamia Dr. Bamia. Ye nim otrantro. Ye dikai. What na reduce ya bisa will say what will be your greatest achievement in monument in the northern region? Go down. Also you see and 2 pillar. Go here. You see or a president. Just imagine. Will be on a profession The profession is finance, economics, right?
Correct.
Nobody in this country, about my point, one thing said the professional as a vice president were contributed to success.
Oh, so it was successful.
Levy, do you say it was successful?
What I'm saying is that
levy was not successful.
No, you don't understand.
There
was a successful implementation. The effect. Hold on. Yeah. The effect is not successful. But I'm saying,
I'm just sarcastic. At the end of the day, it is not. I get you. The E-level, bobo. That's a question of film. Almost on camera.
So I would say advisor.
DBS, we saw a loss. DDEP, we saw a loss. And a banking cleanup sector. Also in here 12 billion. And they rescue banks. So now recently bill 30 billion.
We needed 9 billion.
No, we needed 12.
Oh, like seriously?
No,
I thought
we
they said 9 billion.
It was 12. It was 12.
And according to Auditor General, they used 23 to 25 billion.
They use auditor is 24, but the announcement today is 30 billion they use. 30 billion they use today. And imagine times 2.5 times 2 times 150, yeah. What I say, just imagine times 150%. Just imagine. Who is presidential material among them? No, just yeah, sure. And American people who are more
Japan
is better. My colleague engineer is
also
better.
This guy.
Also this guy. Your so-called campaigner or framework coordinator is paying.
For me, the best that I can dynamo. I love that man.
Komna would have been better. But so-called only the word coordinators. No, therefore, no, I should word coordinator. Therefore, it's not be on your 1, 2. The word coordinator. Ever turn a come no, what coordinator turn a come no, so just look at this.
Okay,
but yes. We are happy. Do you know what we will do? We will just remind Ghanaians. We just remind Ghanaians. Say the profession cry he failed. After not done it, digitalization. So where is the minister for communication and digitalization? How do they do so? He was a minister for communication in 2009. And interoperability. You can shift from Tigo to Vodafone.
But your time now,
one obi anti they do. President Bianji Abasubo Vice President that time na President Mama na Vice President. One year Abasubo bia o. The Abasubo goes directly to the minister because a minister initiative. But one the minister because they're positive, so every good thing in MPP about even die almost good in about but every bad thing finance and the Yaman point or your driver's mate. That is ungrateful hypocrite.
Very well.